Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Princess Leah 888, and we are back for another attempt for our All Signs reading. Typically, I do it on Tea and Tarot Tuesday, but given the technological glitches that happened on Tuesday, my entire reading after 18 minutes went completely, did not record at all. It completely stopped recording. And I was live on Monday or Tuesday. So there was like a little glitch when I was talking and it said like reconnecting. And I didn't realize that after that, nothing was recording. So when I was listening back to do the timestamps, it stopped at 18 minutes when I was still on Capricorn. I did a whole reading for Pisces and Aquarius, and none of it recorded. It was an hour long, and 18 minutes of it got recorded. So I contemplated on when I wanted to come back and finish up this reading for Aquarius and Pisces, because you still deserve it. You deserve to know what's going on for the month of April, even if we are only in our last week or so of April, because they were beautiful readings. And I feel like that's just such a big message in and of itself, that these glitches and these obstacles and these challenges might come up. And maybe that is what's coming up for you, Aquarius and Pisces collective. I don't know. Again, when I was listening back, my sound was all staticky. So there's a lot of interference that is trying to come through to prevent messages to happen, to be received. And I'm also hearing interference that's trying to block growth and healing and understanding. And that could be due to the increase of consciousness, the expansion of consciousness, which is causing our ego to have to fight for its life, essentially, because it's no longer running the show. Our false perceptions, our false identities of who we have believed and have created and have identified to be, is now renewing, shattering, and becoming something new. I had to show you because there was so much Empress energy that came through for Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, and especially for Aquarius and Pisces. Obviously, I can't redo the reading of what came out live, so those messages, I guess, were for me. But I have to show that the Empress from the Divine Feminine, the Empress from the Divine Masculine pile, and the Ten of Pentacles from Messages from Spirit, 333 on the clock, all were coming through the reading last time. A lot of the star energy came through a lot as well. So Aquarius, in your sign, a lot of Pentacles energy, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles was coming through. So what I'm going to do is, again, I can't reenact or remember what all came through, but I'm trusting that whatever messages that need to come through today for Aquarius and Pisces to complete this April All Signs series will be released. And I trust that you can hear me okay. I really hope that it's not giving that static sound. I turned my comments off, so the chat off, so you can't tell me if it's, staticky or not. So I really hope you can hear me. I really hope that this is going to be able to come through. And I really hope that the interference leaves us alone and lets us receive these messages from our gracious, omnipresent, divine spirit in the mission to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine through conscious love. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And I've been chatting for about 5 minutes. Let me introduce myself. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you're a returning family and friend, welcome back. Thank you so much for all your support. This has been, we're going to call it Tea and Tarot Therapy Thursday instead of Tea and Tarot Tuesday. But it has been a strong, energetic shifting of day. Lots of energies being released, lots of energies being transmuted, lots of energies being alchemized, and through, I'm hearing and experiencing through radical acceptance and understanding, through radical understanding, through honks for confirmation, loving kindness, and learning to see the perspectives from a different angle, from different shoes, from all sorts of different ways that maybe we didn't see them before, trying to, and even ourselves, trying to understand things from our past, things from our own self, that maybe if we can try to look at it from a different perspective, we can find a little bit of more compassion. Because, we're all human. And even though Abraham Hicks says we can't get it wrong, because we're never getting it done, because we're always expanding, we are still human. Which means we ain't always going to get it right, but we can never get it wrong. But when we have been taught to be ashamed and guilty for our mistakes or our, choices, and we're taught to, there's this honking alarm. Look at this alarm going off. 7:11 on the clock. There's this, I hear this disturbance within us. This alarm goes off within us when we're not perfect, or when we behave in a way that makes someone upset, or someone behaves in a way that makes us feel unloved or hurt, unappreciated, unworthy, however the feelings that might be coming up. I think this whole society has a worthiness scarcity, shortage. There's this, we have been taught to feel unworthy. We have been taught to feel, even if you haven't gone through your own personal adversity, to instigate or to stem from that feeling, that feeling of unworthiness. There's also just this collective disempowering belief based on that, the advertisement. You have to get this to look this way, and you got to look this way to get this, and you got to be this way to be successful and validated and worthy and accepted and cool, and it's really causing a crisis, because we're forgetting who we are. We're forgetting about the path that we were actually really, really led to be on. So I want to take these cards, but I don't feel like that's fair for you, Aquarius. So let me stop talking and finally start getting in the tea for the Divine Feminine Aquarius. It's timestamp at 9. I know, I could chat all day. 9/11, look at that. Another sign of urgency. Someone needs to hear this. So if any of this resonates, hit that like button. If you're not already a part of our little tiny vibe tribe, definitely subscribe so that we can all be in this road to conscious love together. So what is the strongest energies for you, Aquarius Divine Feminine, for April? Temperance. We have temperance out here. Yes, alchemizing, transmuting. Absolutely, transmuting the things that are trying to come in. Transmuting the competition. Look at this. The 5 of the Four of Wands, or I'm sorry, the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. All these want to come through. I'm going to put them up at the top so we can kind of see what this is trying to say. Five, yeah. Transmuting this space of feeling very, this is, the Four of Pentacles to me does give scarcity and lack energy sometimes. Because it's like this needing to be so cautious, to hold tightly on your material things out of, you know, fear of it being taken or it not being lasting or, you know, not being enough. But this can also be an energy of being cautious and holding close to you what you value most. What is it that you can take with you? You know, she's on this suitcase. All she has is one little suitcase. She's not taking a whole bus. She's just got this case. And so maybe you are, Aquarius Divine Feminine, traveling, packing, moving, and in that space, you are learning, what can I take with me that I can carry? You know, my mom used to always say, she was a single mom of the four of us and her grandson. And she used to always say, if I can't carry it, I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to get it. Like, I need to be able to carry my furniture myself. So if you think that my furniture is, you know, cheap or rickety or whatever, I'm thinking about the fact that I need to make sure that it's something that I can carry instead of putting myself in a position where I have to rely on someone else if there's no one else. And so this is giving that energy, Aquarius, that maybe there is this space of feeling like, what if there is no one else that can be with me or to carry me along this journey, carry with me along this journey. And so and that goes back to that, like, holding close what you value, also feeling like maybe there's just not enough. Maybe, you know, maybe there won't be someone or something. And I think that what's coming up in this, with this Five of Wands showing, because you have the Five of Wands, Six of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So you know, there's so much growth. And the Ace of Wands, lots of Wands energy of clearing, you know, of passion. But I'm hearing, though, with the Five of Wands is like, perhaps you have always felt like you had to fight for your place, prove your worthiness, earn your place, your spot at the table, Aquarius Divine Feminine. And in doing so, maybe you have done a really good job at doing that, which has caused you to be at a place of maybe public recognition. Maybe you are in the public eye. This is going to be for a very few, you know. But what I'm hearing is, it has brought you some stability. This has been something that has been beneficial. So it's not bad or wrong to have the mindset of, I have to take care of what I can take care of. I can only carry what I can carry, and I can't rely on others, because at the end of the day, I'm out here, man eat man world. All, you know, is what that mentality is, what is coming through. And maybe that has been what you have been feeling or are feeling in this space in this month of April, Divine Feminine Aquarius. And it's led you to Queen of Pentacles. It's led you to stability. It's led you to Ten of Pentacles. It's led you to build wealth for yourself and for your generations after you. You have, you know, I'm also seeing this as like who you have, like how you've also been kind of trickling that message down to your children with the Page of Wands here. And so what I'm hearing, though, is not all of it is necessarily, it's not necessarily like a wrong or bad thing. Having to have that hyper independence, Divine Feminine Aquarius, is something that is a survival mechanism. It's a survival method. It's what you had to do to survive, especially for single mothers out there. You know, you got to be mom and dad. Single parents in general, you know, feminine energy is within us all, regardless if you're a mom or dad. And so, you know, having this kind of feeling of like, I need to have my own back first, because I don't know if anyone, you know, who's going to have my back or who I'm going to be up against and who I have to compete against, you know. It has served you. It has served you this far. But Divine Feminine, Spirit is here to kind of clear some of that energy. Because what's happening is that it has also, the Devil card underneath this, it has also kind of chained you, limited you, of being able to truly open yourself up to friendship, relationship, camaraderie. And that's why, Hanged Man, you are looking at things from a different angle, like we were talking about earlier. The Hanged Man here, you are looking at things from a different perspective. You are trying to learn, how can I get out of the, I don't want to be comfortable being in this space, hanging by myself. Like, and so that part of you has to die with the Death card. That part of you of hyper independence, of fear of competition, of fear of who do I have to fight, or fight for my right to be here, earn and prove my worthiness, compete with, you know, this, that, and the other person, place, or thing. That part is coming to an end. And it will stir up the Tower in reverse. It is stirring up an awakening. That's why earlier I was feeling the expansion of consciousness. That's why this these technical glitches and the interference of the, you know, my mic comes in and out. I don't know when the mic is working or not until I listen back at it, and I'm like, oh my God, all that like sound in the background, you know, and I hope that that's not happening right now. But, you know, for things to just kind of cut off in the middle of what I'm hearing, like things cutting off in the middle of your growth, in the middle of your rebuilding, in the middle of, you know, feeling victorious and successful and stable. And that's why you had to kind of just go on this adventure alone. You've learned this from a young age. And that's why you're breaking these chains, though. That's why Spirit is clearing the energy. And you are breaking the chains, you see. She's breaking these chains. Breaking the cycles so that you can teach your children and the generations after you about trust and wealth and abundance, and see life from a different perspective, to look at life in more of an innocent, curious way, playful way now, instead of having to constantly feel like you have to be on guard. It's a really interesting, that's an interesting take on this, you know. I definitely wasn't expecting this kind of take with these cards, but that's what's coming through. So if that is resonating with you, Divine Feminine Aquarius, then take it as it does. If it's not, don't force it. It's okay. It might not be your reading. That's okay. But also see if there's any other messages that might come through when you look at the pictures that may be for you that I'm not speaking on. that's okay too. I mean, the cards are really for our own individual interpretation. So however you see it is for you. But I am hearing you have won a lot of battles. You have earned your right to, you know, your queenship, your pentacles of stability, your, you know, legacy of wealth and abundance. So now it's time to play. So Divine Masculine, let's see what this is. Oh, messages for you, Divine Masculine. The 9 of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety that you might be feeling in this month. Maybe you have been feeling it, or maybe that's something that might be coming up. But let's see why. 2 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords. I'm going to put these 9 of Pentacles and 6 of Swords at the top because the main energy is the 2 of Cups here and the Magician here at the bottom of the deck. So you might be feeling a bit anxious. I'm also hearing a bit, you know, restless and maybe even a bit sad about something, a contract here, a partnership. Something is coming up that's causing you to face what it is that is making you feel anxious. Now, this energy though is beautiful with the Magician here. I mean, you are manifesting. You have the tools within you. I'm hearing, but you're doubting yourself, Divine Masculine Aquarius. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting the fact that you have all the tools to manifest and create and to be, you know, to manifest this partnership if you haven't already done so, or to be equal. I'm hearing to hold space for this partnership. 2 of Cups is about equal partnership. It can be in a romantic sense. It can be in professional sense or platonic with friends or family. But I'm hearing, like, you know, the 2 of Cups is about a soul contract. It's about 2 souls that have agreed to have to live out some sort of contract, some sort of promise. And maybe you're feeling worried if you haven't met that counterpart yet, or if it feels like, is this real or is it possible? It is possible, and it's here. So for some of you, you are in this partnership already. It is here. And you are the Magician. You created this. You manifested this. The 9 of Pentacles. I'm here with, there's 6 of Swords underneath the I keep calling it the manifestation. The Magician, and then the Star under that. I'm going to get to the top cards here in a sec. But with the Page of Swords and the Star card, you manifested this wish. This has been a wish that you have been relentlessly holding on to since you were a page, a child, Divine Masculine Aquarius. But it has required you to walk away from things that weren't serving you in order for you to be able to hold space. You had to fight for this. You had to compete. Maybe you felt like you had to prove or earn it, like the 5 of Wands with the Divine Feminine. You had to go very deep within, the Hermit. This is Virgo energy as well. You had to look within the darkness of your soul, the depth of your soul, and all you had was just this flashlight. All you could see was a 3-foot radius on this path. But you trusted. You trusted, even if you couldn't see much in front of you. You trusted that if you could walk away from all this fighting, competition, feeling like you have to earn and prove, feeling like you're constantly being compared, and you trusted, and it led you to King of Pentacles. It led you to abundance and stability because you trusted Seven of Wands in your truth and what you knew to be truth with you. You were confident, Queen of Wands, confident in what you knew to be true for you, and that's what led you to your stability, your King of Pentacles. Hanged One here in reverse as well. So a lot of mirroring energy with your with the Divine Feminine Collective here at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see. Now with the King of Queens coming out, it is giving partnership. And I feel like maybe you're feeling worried that you have what it takes, is what I'm hearing, to step into your king or queen, divine feminine, masculine self, role, the divine being that you promise to be, that you promise this partnership, that you promise to experience in this human form in this lifetime. But the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, you are learning. You're learning how to fulfill yourself. You're learning how to be independent, not codependent, not... I'm hearing, going back to Divine Feminine's reading, of hyper independent. You're learning interdependence. You're learning how to be whole individuals together. You're learning how to learn how to hold space for yourself, to carry yourself, to carry your own abundance, and to not need someone else to fill that for you, because that's where the codependency comes in relationships, is feeling that the other person is responsible for your abundance, your significance. I had a life coach back in the day, who told me that I was trying to fill my significance with my significant other. And that hit. And he wasn't wrong. Because I didn't want to do my work. I didn't want to do work. I just want to hang out with my boo. And there's nothing wrong with building significance with your partner, and building significance in yourself with your partner, and building significance to your partner, because that is why they call it significant others. You know, there is a significance in raising each other, but that's where the synergy of individual togetherness comes in, being whole individuals instead of half individuals trying to complete each other. Because then that's where it comes into, well, you're not filling this void for me. Well, I feel like this and it's your fault because you ain't making me feel this way and you got to do this. And that's what you're getting out of with the Six of Swords. You're getting out of this space. It's not serving you anymore, Divine Masculine Aquarius. And you see she's also kind of like got her head in her hands with her, I think her child, her son here. And she's moving out, physically moving away, out of whatever has been, and the swords are of the mind, what has been mentally, and maybe for some physically, blocking your abundance, your Nine of Pentacles, your ability. This could be a relationship that you had to release and move out of, away from, in order to come into your own independent abundance. Maybe you literally had to leave the city, you know, but also there's this getting out of the chaos. That's what it can be. It could be an energetic move. Getting out of the chaos, the dysregulated nervous system, I'm hearing, the disempowering beliefs, and moving into what it is that is already, it's already divinely contracted. You see this? This is the angel of contracts is the only word that I can think of right now. But it's already divinely ordained. It's already, and these are two girls, so you know, divine masculine, this could be, you could be identify as female. It doesn't matter. Your energy is energy, but it doesn't have to be that way either. But that's the pictures are showing in that way. So that could be for a very, very small select few. But you, like I said, you manifested it. You have the tools within you, but you have to believe that you have it. You have to believe that you are whole. You have to believe that the abundance and the perfect essence of who you are is already within you. You have all that you need to be in this beautiful partnership. Your souls have already chosen each other. That's a really beautiful thing to remember. So Spirit says, look, surrender. Ask for the serenity to accept the things that you cannot change. Okay? This will bring you serenity. Understanding this, understanding that all that you need is within you, will bring you the serenity to accept the things that you can't change from the past, to accept the things that already happened, the relationships that happened, all the things that you had to learn. These want to really not go in. Okay. So Spirit is saying, this is a lot. I'm not going to take, I don't want to take all these. Don't want to take all these, Spirit. There's clarity though. Page of Swords, King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, Knight of Swords. Get out of your head, Aquarius. Change your perspective. Literally the perspective card. Shift your perspective. Change your perspective, because what has been mentally blocking you is coming to an end with the Ten of Swords. The Five of Cups, this grief, the loss, the disappointment of the past. Let that go, because you are here. There are new beginnings, a new portal that wants you to take a leap into it. It's there. All you have to do is leave everything you've ever known behind. That's it. Aquarius, all you have to do is take the leap of faith into this new portal and leave everything behind that you have ever known to believe, because all of that is what has been keeping you stuck. All of that. And once you make this decision, which you will, because the King of Swords is here, Ace of Swords is here, Divine is helping you find this clarity, intervening, cutting all the fat, all the bullshit out for you, Aquarius, so that you can come into this decision clear, confident, and it'll be your final choice, nobody else's. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So let's see what your T formation is. We can continue on. T formation for you, Aquarius, for the month of April is, with our thoughts, we make the world. I can't make that up. All this mental swords in your mind, getting in your head, needing to block out and release and harmonize, balance, shift the perspective, balance the perspective of the facts of being, whether being too independent to the point where you don't rely or trust anybody or let anybody in, and being too codependent where you are putting the responsibility on everybody to make you feel worthy, lovable. But you are already lovable, Aquarius. You are perfect. You are perfect already as you are, because God, gracious, omnipresent, divine, created you to be perfect, created you to be the magician, the master manifester, created you to have all the tools that you need within you already for this divine love, this divine partnership, for this abundance and generational wealth, and for you to create your world. But it starts with your thought. Abraham Hicks also says a belief is just a thought that you think over and over and over. And are your beliefs your faith? Faith is believing that something is true. Believing something so hard that you don't need to see it to believe it. You don't need it to be here, right? You don't need to even fully understand it to believe that it's true. But how are you holding this faith? Is it in fear-based faith? Is it in love-based faith? Are these fear-based beliefs or are these love-based beliefs? You know, that's the perspective that you're shifting, Aquarius. So really beautiful. I hope that helps. That was a nice long one. I know when I only have 2, I just keep talking. It somehow still turns into an hour reading, whether it's 12 signs or 2 signs. Hi, baby. We have Mr. Grandma Tony Popsicle here to join you, Pisces Collective. Somebody's grandma is here to say, I am with you. Maybe they are an earth angel protecting your earth journey. So Pisces, you are also a very intuitive and somewhat independent kind of sign with Aquarius as well. I call the Aquarius the individual humanitarian, right? There's that balance of being an individual together. Pisces, you also are very intuitive, connected with the Most High, water sign, ruled by Neptune. There's so much wisdom within you. So the strongest energy here for the month of April, Divine Feminine, is the 2 of Pentacles reverse that wants to come through, or show up, I should say. And that is, maybe you're doubting. Maybe you're doubting your spiritual gifts. Yeah. With the 5 of Swords. Tony is right where the Divine Feminine card goes. The 5 of Swords, Death, and Page of Swords here. And the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you are doubting your ability to harmonize and balance yourself. Maybe it has been hard for you to balance. But Pisces, you are the yin yang. You are the fish of the yin yang. That is the feminine, masculine balance, the light, the shadow balance. And you're learning how to harmonize. And maybe that's why this 5 of Swords is here, because you've had to cut people out. You had to cut things out. You had to cut out some things that weren't really serving you. And that's what was keeping you out of harmony, out of balance. And it's hard though. I mean, you have to hurt some people sometimes. Not hurt, but like, you know, it can be uncomfortable. It can disappoint people sometimes when you say like, hey, I'm not down for that. I don't want that in my life anymore. I'm not that person anymore. I don't want to live this lifestyle anymore. And, you know, they may not be able to receive that. They're going to be like, what? You were always like this. You were always blah, blah, blah. I'll be like, but look, the Death card. That part of me has died. And if you can't be with who I am now, you're going to have to go too. Boo. And because this is something that you know has been a focus for you for a long time. Page of Swords. Since you were a child. And it's bringing you this love within yourself. It's helping you look at yourself in the mirror. Starting with the man in the mirror, right? The feminine in the mirror. The what, like, it don't matter. Starting with you. Who you see in the mirror is what is going to determine how others see you. Because our relationships Our lovers are our mirrors. They are going to reflect what work we have done and what work we haven't done. What we are building and crafting, and how creative we believe ourselves to be, and how excited, and our passions. They're going to bring up, Pisces, the shadow and the light within you. How much do you value yourself? What are you carrying with yourself? Do you feel a lack in yourself? Look, 4 and 4, 4 of Cups. Are you refusing some things that are trying to help you, that are trying to be offered to you because of the 3 of Cups, because of what has not worked out in the past, Pisces, Divine Feminine, because you have the 7 of Swords. Maybe there has been some deceit in the past. Maybe you felt like you have had to walk silently or quietly by yourself, you know. But you see with the 7 of Swords, she's holding 5 swords, right? Taking what's mine and leaving the rest behind. But so is the 5 of Swords. She's holding the 3 of Swords. And so it's like this, I'm hearing like having to continue to know what you need to release. And that's what you might be doing 4-4. That's what you might be doing here in the 4th month in April. And what you have been doing in April, because, we're almost at the end. But I hope that helps. I hope that, it's beautiful though. It's a beautiful shift. 5s are of shifts. You're shifting out of who you once were, and you have to sometimes let some of it comes with the territory, right? You're becoming more evolved. You're learning to love yourself more. And when you love yourself more, you value yourself in a different way. When you value yourself in a different way, you tolerate different things, or you don't tolerate different things, and you have certain type of boundaries now because you want to stay in alignment with your true authentic self. And the things that you used to do, addictions, habits, patterns, whatever kind of toxic traits and people and places and things that you used to be a part of, were all a part of a lower vibration of who you were. It was a part of you who was disconnected from your true authentic self. And now that you are coming into alignment with your true authentic self, those things do not resonate with you in that same way. So it doesn't make you bad or wrong or mean or a bad friend, even if people want to try to tell you that. It just means that you are evolving, Pisces, Divine Feminine. You are becoming who you have always been, but you have forgotten. You're remembering who you are. And that can take some adjustments for some people, but the right people will stay. They'll understand, and they'll love you even more. Because the right people who really love your true authentic self unconditionally are the ones that saw that true authentic self even beyond when you were acting a fool. When you were a hot mess. Okay, let's just call a thing, Pisces, Divine Feminine. We all know. It's okay. We ain't judging. We love you. So, Divine Masculine, Pisces, we have the Emperor. Look at that. That's some strong ass energy. You are coming in, Divine Masculine, wanting to stay out. As the Emperor, Divine Masculine, and the King of Pentacles. Okay? And there's no extra cards coming through, so you're clear on this one, Divine Masculine, Pisces. You are coming into your divine masculinity. You are holding stability within yourself. You are learning how to ground, stabilize, center, grow, expand, lead. Maybe it's a business, an empire, a family. But Pisces, Divine Masculine, you're showing up. And you're learning how to show up in a healthy, stable, secure way. You're wanting to bring stability to your empire, to your family, to your business, to your vision, to whatever it is that you are building, whoever it is you are responsible over. You are learning how to be, I'm hearing family man, because this can really give that I want to protect and provide for my family, which is a healthy masculine energy, because the masculine energy, which is all within us regardless of your gender, is it's the doer, it's the bringer into fruitioner, whereas the feminine energy is the beer, is the creative idea maker, is the conception, right? So being able to put that together as one union within yourself and within a partnership, you have to have both the creative, feminine, emotional, sensual, non-physical ideas and creativity, and you then also have to pair that with the masculine. Let's do it, let's bring it into this world, let's materialize it, let's bring it into fruition. But that does cause you to have to walk 7:17 on the clock. You have to walk away from things, and the Six of Swords here is getting out of the things that aren't clear to you, Divine Masculine Pisces, getting out of the dodge, getting out of the chaos, so that you can come into tranquility and serenity and your own emotional fulfillment. Nine of Cups. You have to trust, because sometimes you have to walk by faith and not by sight. Look, blindfolded. Sometimes you have to choose based on what you feel. That's feminine energy, what you sense. You have to tap into that intuitive space and go with what you cannot see. Sometimes you have to believe things that you cannot see first. Because the law of attraction is believing it so hard that it has no choice but to come into fruition. So whatever it is that you're focusing your energy on is going to come into fruition. If you're focusing your energy on fear-based lack and scarcity, that's what's going to come through. But if you're focusing on abundance, emotional fulfillment, filling your cups, if you're focusing on stability, if you're focusing on leadership, growth, expansion, ownership, then that's what you're going to get. And that's a beautiful thing. So you're going deep within with the Hermit about what it is, Star card, that you have been hoping, wishing, praying, manifesting for, Divine Masculine Pisces. King of Swords, yep. And that's the choice, that's the decision. That's the decision you made. And when you make this decision, if you haven't already done so, you will be victorious with the Six of Wands. You will succeed. You are prepared to succeed, is what I'm hearing for you to say to yourself, Divine Masculine Pisces. You are prepared to succeed, because you will, when you make this decision, when you choose from the heart, right? When you walk by faith, choose by faith and not by what you see with your two eyes, but what you see with your third eye. Okay? Tap into that third eye. Ask for, work with people, seek counsel. Maybe you need to go seek advisors or counselors to help you with building this blueprint, to help you with creating practical steps for your goals, to help you with coming into stability and balance within yourself, whether it's therapy counseling, financial advisorship counseling, whatever the case might be, of learning how to create this goal that you have had an emotional tie to with the Page of Cups since you were a child. This can be for your children. You're trying to make sure you can be stable for your children so you can provide, or maybe you can give back, My air conditioning just turned on. I hope you can't hear it. It's kind of loud because I have my balcony window open. I don't want to close it. I hope you can't hear it too loud. Maybe if it bothers me enough, I'll close it. So let's see what Spirit has to say, because we have to wrap up anyway. So Spirit says for you, Pisces, Divine Pisces. All right. 10 of Swords. Yeah, this is annoying me. Hold on. I'm going to close it. Oh, let me stretch my legs in the process. Whew. All right. The Ten of Swords here, Pisces, is coming through. So there's a completion. 10-10 is ending cycles. Ending cycles of what? Four of Cups. Seven of Cups. Ending cycles of disappointment. Ending cycles of doubt. Ending cycles of, for lack of better words, crying over spilled milk. But also the betrayal. Ending cycles of, interesting, cycles of betrayal is coming through. But you see how she's wounded. You see how she's been, you know, she's covering herself. She's de-dressed, you know, something that has hurt you, violated you, trauma. You're ending the cycles of I'm hearing the mental anguish around those traumatic adversities that really, really hurt you, Pisces. And if that is something that you went through, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, because it does take a lot of healing and it takes a lot of strength and courage and wisdom to shift and alchemize something as painful as traumatic violations and adversities, and turn them into Seven of Cups, opportunities, abundance. Look at this. Two of Cups, miracles, partnership, flow with this rainbow, and the Nine of Crystals. Independent fulfillment, self-fulfillment. But you are doing that work. You have been. You are healing from that, Pisces. And again, going back to Pisces being the yin-yang, is integrating your light with your shadow. Integrating the good, the bad, and the ugly. And with radical acceptance, loving compassion. Look, when I was pulling some oracles, loving compassion. I just had to show this for you, Pisces, because that's what I'm feeling that you are moving into. The King of Cups, the Nine of Cups, like Nine of Crystals, Nine of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups. Okay, there's so much beautiful fulfillment, internal fulfillment, wish fulfillment. Your cups are being filled. You are filling your cups. You are filling your cups, and you're learning emotional maturity. You're learning how to swim in the oceans of emotions, even when you're up to your waist in emotion. You're learning how to tap into your heart, your solar plexus, your throat chakra, so that you can make a wise decision based on what your emotional desires are. It's a really beautiful thing. You are not letting your past keep you from the opportunities, the blessings, the beauties, the abundance, the benefits, the love. Because look, you have, what did we say, Divine Feminine Pisces, you have looked in the mirror and you have been making the change. You have been learning to love what you see in the mirror, and in doing so, it's been allowing you to be able to reciprocate love that comes in. It's allowing you to give love and receive love, and to see your lovers, all this Two of Cups energy, as your teacher. Triggers that come up from our lovers, from our partners, from our any relationship, whether it's platonic or not, but our romantic lovers, partners, really gonna trigger the deepest wounds. The deepest wounds. Not because they don't like you or because they're playing with your emotions, but because we are reflections of each other. And when you're on a soul partnership, you are one another. You're seeing each other in one another. You're seeing the divinity in one another, right? And in doing so, you're also shining light on all the things that are not divine. And those wounds come up from our deepest cuts so they can be healed. You have to feel it to heal it, Pisces, right? It has to come up in order to be released. And that's what's happening, though. That's why I like this Two of Cups, because it's saying flow. Flow with the current. Current. In this current moment. In this present moment. Allow yourself to flow. Look at all this waterfall energy, water energy. Let it fall. Let it flow. Let it flow through you. The emotions, the pain, the sadness, let it come up. Because that is a release. That is a purge. It's not a weakness, Pisces. You are a water sign. Water holds memory. This is a soul wisdom that's coming up to be released so that you can transmute it and alchemize it and turn it into the abundance. Help you become the leader that you are. Help you to lead your empire, to lead your family, to build and hold stability and security in yourself and in your home, and have this unconditional self-love, independence, and fulfillment that is all of yours, all of your abundance, all of your birthright. Okay? All right? That's so beautiful. You're transforming. I'm hearing death is not bad. It is a transformation. I'm hearing with people with like plants, or like, I have an opposite of a green thumb. I have a brown thumb, like I always kill my plants, is for somebody out here. But I'm hearing, the things that are dying are transforming. Honk for confirmation. And your T formation for you, for April, for you Pisces collective, is activating purpose. Confirmation. You are activating your purpose. And your purpose is a beautiful thing. Your purpose is so beautiful out here. You are activating the purpose of and what is your purpose? Your purpose is simply to enjoy the beauties, the pleasures, the benefits, the abundance of this life experience, of this human experience. That is your purpose, is to live freely, fully, deeply, authentically, and unapologetically, Pisces. That's your only purpose. Your purpose is to be in alignment with Source, with your life force energy, with gracious, omnipresent, divine, God, Jah, Allah, however you want to call it. That is your purpose, is to be happy, is to be in joy, is to be in love. That is your sole purpose. It's not anything else. It's to enjoy your life. That's it. So, I hope that helps. That's a really beautiful message. And if you resonated with it, give this video a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. And if you're not already a part of my Vibe Tribe, make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you would like. Hit that notification bell so you can know whenever I go live. And we can continue to do our part to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine through conscious love. So, I love you so much. Until next time, my beautiful beloveds, I will see you in the next moon. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.